presentation on episode 3 of the series Shogunate Japan. Today we are going to be talking about the feudal system and how it works, peasants, merchants and craftsmen in ancient Japan under the shoguns. The feudal system is a system used to rank different jobs and classes. The higher the ranking, the more power and respect you have from those above and especially below you on the system. At the top of the feudal system is the emperor. He was the most powerful and ruled over ancient Japan. It then lists the warrior classes, which include the shogun, daimyos, samurai, and the ronin. These four classes wielded enormous power and dominated society. Underneath these warriors were the lower classes. They were made up of peasants, artisans, and merchants. They were common, working-class folk who had little to no respect from above. Life in these classes was extremely harsh. Peasants were divided into several different classes, farmers being the highest ranked. The daily life of a peasant was harsh. They started work very early, whether it be out in the fields or out at sea. They were very hard working because they had no choice. Peasants were taxed very highly, and if they did not work hard, then they would not be able to survive. A typical meal for a peasant consisted of fish, usually caught by the fishermen, and lots of vegetables and rice, harvested from the farmers. Protein was very rare. Their food supply was reliant on a good day's work. Therefore, on a bad day, for example, bad weather causing damage to the crops, then the peasants would have less to eat. Merchants were once considered to be the lowest class and were referred to as parasites. They often took honest people's money by scamming them. On a daily basis, merchants would wake up at sunrise to collect their commodities from retailers. As the centre of town was quite some distance, they started their day very early. These parasites were forbidden to mix with the higher classes. This made it very challenging for them to go about their business. However, this did not stop them. Merchants were very cunning and sly. Craftspeople were ranked very low on the feudal system. Their main job was making handmade goods such as clothing, carvings, and furniture. They would sell their work to the wealthy samurai. Craftspeople were also at the bottom of the system alongside the peasants. They too had no privileges and little to no respect from those above. When craftspeople finished a long and hard day's work, they would spend what little time was left in the day socializing with their common folk and other villagers. Even though there was very little time left for getting together, this was still extremely important to them.